Have you guys both watched Sandra Bullock in Bird Box?
I have watched.
Yes,
Netflix hits. It's lighting up the internet at the moment. I was thinking, like, for a future episode, we should, like, watch an episode blindfolded. But not only that, like, pick another 2 Sandra Bullock movies. So I was thinking, like, and then
Speed
watch
2.
the episode doing what she does in whatever film that we choose. So, like, Speed, we'd watch an episode on the bus.
Gravity, go to space.
It was just I was looking through her IMDb, and she did with Matthew McConaughey. She did a movie called Making Sandwiches.
What was his name again?
Do you like how I didn't pronounce anything except for vowels? So anyway, Sandra Bullock and Matthew McConaughey have a film called Making Sandwiches. So I was thinking we could do that. We could watch one blindfolded, one while we make sandwiches for 20 minutes, and one while we take a bus trip.
That sounds like an idea for season 9, not season 2.
Happy New Year! Yay, New Year! It's a new year. Happy New Year! Woo! Zinga boys! That's us. Pete probably has one too.
That's a good one.
Perverts and opinions.
What's your New Year's Bazingalution?
So,
was great.
obviously starting the year on a high effort note there, Rob. Fucking hell. Hi, I'm Vorn. I'm a Bazinga Boy. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2019 Bazinga Boys. Back in action.
I'm Rob. I'm everyone's favorite Bazinga boy, except for Pete and Vorn, who are everyone else's favorite Bazinga boys. Who are you, Pete?
I'm Pete. Welcome to 2019, boys. How are you going?
Well, Rob, because of some things that have happened, this episode is going to be an anti-bullying episode, as suggested by you. So I don't appreciate the snark at the start there.
Yeah, okay. I did turn it around into a joke about you guys being more popular than me, but that's fine. This episode kind of fit perfectly into that in a way.
Before we get into any of that, what's your New Year's resolutions?
It's purely just about approaching this in a nice way so we're not bullying the Big Bang Theory. So I'm going to watch the next episode with a smile on my face, and I'm going to fake that smile and hope that it brings me different types of joy as well watching the show. Well, actually, any type of joy would be nice.
Beautiful. Vaughn, do you have a New Year's resolution? It feels like you're itching to get something off your chest.
I do have a New Year's resolution, and I was only asking Rob because I wanted to say it about my one. So my New Year's resolution is taking responsibility for my actions, and it really should be yours too, because we have some news. As we all know, we've had our little beef with our sister podcast, who has the exact same concept as us, the Big Bang Theory, and after trying to interact with them for months, they finally took a swipe at us, which resulted in us making a rage-filled statement about it 2 episodes ago. And what has happened is in the holiday break, we've gotten a very long, very weepy direct message from them. They slid into our DMs, seemingly on a trail of tears. But before we get to the message, to give context, here's what they said about us, followed by what we said in our episode 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, so all of these podcasts that name themselves Bazinga this or Bazinga that and saying they, are the fundamental Big Bang Theory podcast can go fuck themselves.
We should come on some more action figures and send them the video footage.
Exactly. What kind of insult is, go fuck yourselves? Go fuck yourselves. I, Rob, masturbate with a dildo all the time. You know. Which reminds me.
You gotta love yourself before you love someone else.
Exactly. What the fuck is go fuck yourself? I fuck myself all the time, you fucking pieces of shit. I'm a fucking master at it. And this insult is the best they can do? After I've been sending them dead rats, I've been sending them ejaculation videos where I was being represented by Osama bin Laden threatening to kill them and saying that we're training to murder them. And this is all they've got? Fuck off! This is a promise. To all the listeners and to you two, and I want your help doing this.
Oh, I don't know, Rob. Maybe we should lay off them.
No. 2019 is coming up. This is the year that the Big Bang Theory podcast is under full attack from the Bazinga boys.
I'm not comfortable with this, Rob.
And before the end of the year, I promise, me, Robert, I promise you I have a lot up my sleeve here. It will cease to exist. No matter if they send me a long, weepy letter, I'm going to kill this fucking podcast. They will be off the internet. They'll no longer be fucking podcasting.
That's awesome. I kind of actually. How about we just both get that done anyway? Because that sounds awesome.
I don't want any part of this, guys.
Okay, that's unfair because none of you guys have.
What are you on about, Rob? So, Rob, please take responsibility for your actions because you've upset some people here with those harsh words.
I'm not taking responsibilities when I have a twin brother who you can manipulate into sounding like me. Get him to say whatever you want. Make it about me.
What are you on about? Rob,
That's exactly how I remember it.
as you heard, I didn't want to be part of this. I didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings. I felt uncomfortable the whole time you were saying all that really harsh stuff.
Hearing that recording back, I'm quite ashamed of my own.
Pete, I'm ashamed of you as well.
I got swept up in the energy and I just jumped on the bandwagon of hate.
Pete, I'll give you a pass. Rob,
I'm worried there's parts of that where you've actually gone too far.
obviously that wasn't Rob. That was Rob's twin brother, who I got to basically just say all the things that I exactly said a couple of weeks ago. But apparently the things I said that I thought was very obviously in jest actually upset the Big Bang Theory. They sent a very, very, very long message to us, basically saying, fuck off. There's some crying. The word oversensitive is in there. I think that's a key word that is used in there. Basically, it's how would you sum up the letter that we got, Rob?
I'd sum it up as it's almost like
Pete, how would you sum up the letter?
yeah.
I didn't realize how much these people had clearly been offended by our antics, by what I thought were lighthearted and somewhat humorous attempts in trying to interact with them.
Yeah, that's pretty much. That's pretty much. See, the thing is, I'm not going to go through it because we don't have a 2-hour podcast. But basically, the gist of it is, hey, we don't find the stuff that you're doing funny.
In fact, we find it offensive.
Yeah, we want to be left alone. But then, they'll throw in little jibes in there. They tell us to kindly fuck off. And they say some stuff about leave us alone. I don't want to be assaulted with every bizarre Dadaist image that pops into your head. Do you know what Dadaism is, by the way?
No. Did you look it up?
Yes. Okay, here's the exact definition. Dadaism. It's a form of artistic anarchy born out of disgust for the social, political, and cultural values of the time.
Sweet.
It embraced elements of art, music, poetry, theatre, and dance, and politics. So the dance number I was going to send them out the window.
Dude, that's amazing. We should have that as our new tagline. The most officialist Big Bang Theory podcast and the most Dadaist.
Well, the thing was, the most famous piece of Dada art is actually that guy who just got a urinal, turned it on its side and signed it and said, that's art. Mm-hmm. So I think instead of, we're going to change our name because people are now telling us to fuck off. Instead of being the sexual predators of podcasts, maybe we can be the urinal of podcasts.
The urinal on its side of podcasts.
Yes.
So we need to get our stickers redone of a sideways urinal with Bazinga Boys scribbled on it.
So basically, they had a very long, whingy cry. They basically say, I'm very upset by what you said now. Fuck off.
Well, the fuck off was from their episode. They said, go
Oh,
away
they said,
in
wish you all the best. Okay, exact quotes. Enjoy making a podcast. I wish you all the best. Now go away!
I don't think this is the tone that Pete was
No,
thinking
I love
when he
it.
was talking about.
I was really going for a heartfelt one. I'd only had 2 beers.
So, you guys, obviously, because I sent this to the boys and we're like, oh, well, fuck it. If they're not finding it funny, leave them alone. But they obviously don't know that. So, I sent them a reply that you guys don't know about, I haven't seen.
Jesus.
So, I just sent them the exact apology that Kevin Spacey gave, but with just some words interchanged.
I'm sorry, I'm gay.
Well, I have a lot of respect and admiration for you guys as a podcast. I'm beyond horrified to hear your story. I honestly do not remember those encounters. It would have been over 30 minutes ago. But if I did behave, then as you describe, I owe you the sincerest apology for what would have been a deeply inappropriate drunken behavior. Very true. And I'm sorry for the feelings you describe having carried with you all these minutes. This story has encouraged me to address other things about my podcast. I know that there are stories out there about me, and some have been fueled by the fact that I have posted videos of me ejaculating onto a bobblehead. As those closest to me know, in my life I've had relationships with both male and female bobbleheads. I have loved and had romantic encounters with both bobbleheads throughout my life, and I choose now to live my life as a bobble boy. I want to deal with this honestly and openly, and that starts with examining my own behavior. Merry Crimbus. And they read and no reply. So that's what I sent them. Obviously, we just want to have fun and have a joke. If they don't find it funny, fuck them. We'll find other people who find it funny.
No. We respect that.
Well, yeah.
We respect that.
In preparation for this, though, I wanted to come up, just on the off chance that they did respond to that. I just wanted to give them 2 quick tips that I found on a great self-help website called WikiHow. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of it before.
I went to WikiHow as well.
But there's a couple that are real good take-home messages. Number 6 on their list was outsmart the bully. Bullies usually aren't very smart or witty, so you can use this to your advantage. So there you go, Big Bang Theory. Here are a couple of ideas. Laugh at everything they say, and the worse the insult, the harder you should laugh.
This is like, wait, if we were doing like a stand-up set, we just try and bully everyone in the audience. We're like, you have to laugh. It's the only way you're not going to get bullied.
So again, outsmarting the bully. Try to think of it as something really funny and actually laugh. This is undeniably frustrating to bullies because they don't want you to laugh. They want you to cry.
Yeah. But the last thing we wanted them to do was laugh at the things we were doing.
So that was step number 6 for the WikiHow on how to deal with bullying. The other one was it was understanding that cyberbullying is real as face-to-face or real-life bullying. Cyberbullies harass other people through instant messages, email, and any other electronic means. The best way to deal with online bullies is to delete their messages and not read anything they say. Be sure to block the bully as well. If this is happening to you, it is just as legitimate as face-to-face bullying. Do not hesitate to tell your parents. So Big Bang Theory, if your mum and dad are still alive, tell those guys. You can also tell your boss, a teacher, or even the police, if necessary, about your situation.
Yeah, tell the police.
This is not okay and should not be tolerated. So thanks very much, WikiHow.
Let's be clear, we were never actually bullying anybody. Like, that's the thing. I was trying for some banter that was taken the wrong way, but that's fine.
Just same old
Thanks for
Rob.
that.
Nothing's changed from what we just heard.
I take full responsibility for Vorn's actions.
That's what I want to hear. Hey guys, let's talk about the episode of The Big Bang Theory in an entertaining and fun and nice to listen to way.
So, I believe you guys watched the episode in an interesting way. You said something earlier. I watched this one with my dad. I know I set the challenge out there to try and get some feedback from your parents on what they think of The Big Bang Theory. So just quickly, I want you to open up Predictable Pat. So before watching this episode, Dad, how had you seen The Big Bang Theory before? How much of it had you watched? What were your general thoughts on it?
Well, I've never really followed the series. I've watched random episodes here and there. Mildly amusing, but not that funny, really.
Yeah, and how was this episode? Because I got to sit there and watch it with you, so I got to see all of your reaction throughout. But how did you find this episode?
Very predictable, like most of them are.
Chatty guy.
A few obvious gags, but
Yeah,
nothing special.
Yeah, I didn't see you laugh. You actually seemed miserable watching it. I was kind of thought it would go the other way. I thought there'd be a few laughs and I'd get to tease you for it, but this whole thing kind of took a different angle. Even Satgirl laughed during the episode, and you didn't.
Well, maybe I've matured a bit over the years since the first time I saw one of their episodes, and I saw it for what it is. It's just very predictable.
Yeah. Or translated, a piece of shit.
Thanks, Pat.
The worst thing is after recording that, after I dropped him off the airport, I was like, I should have asked if he was circumcised, but I.
Oh man.
That was
Did you watch it with your dad or mum, or are they dead, Pete?
No, they're well, hopefully at the time that we release this, they're very much alive. We- Jesus, I'm sweating now. I'm very nervous.
Well, Rob said, hey, while we're at Christmas time, let's watch it with our parents and see what happens.
Well, me and Death Ray spent Christmas at home on our own.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was going to try and do it with my dad. There's an ISO to grab.
But he said, no, son, not in this country. It's illegal.
You're too old now.
Stop bullying me! So,
Leave Vorn alone!
I didn't get a chance to watch it with my father. I'm sorry. But I doubt I would have got anything more entertaining than what you got there, Rob. But what we did do, for Pete and I was in Perth for this watching of the episode.
What a treat. What a Christmas treat.
What a Christmas miracle. I got to watch the episode with Pete in real life. Pete didn't know. Very last second, Pete was like, hey, I want to hang out with you before you leave, the day of me leaving. I'm like, we'll meet at a bar across the road from his work. And he meets me at the bar, and he comes with a little gift pack full of Bazinga Boy stickers. I'm like, sick. I got a gift for you as well. And I pull out a laptop from under the bench. And he's like, oh, fuck's sake.
So we're in like a lunchtime, quite a popular sports bar. And we're just watching The Big Bang Theory. While there's ice hockey and American football replays going on.
And the thing is, it was my mum's laptop. She has some sort of weird Bluetooth mouse that I didn't bring with me, and then the touchpad wasn't working, so we got the episode working just through keyboard shortcuts, but then we couldn't barely hear it, and I had to try and download subtitles by just using the keyboard.
I was very impressed. It was like another Sandra Bullock movie, The Net. You used your elite hacking skills to figure out how to download subtitles for The Big Bang Theory.
Through the powers of Alt-Tab, and then tabbing a million times until it gets to the right box.
I was so impressed. Season 2, episode 14, subtitles downloaded with keyboards only.
And then we got the subtitles, and they didn't sync up at all. So we watched this episode in a bar, in very public setting, with the screen facing outwards. The waitress came and dropped off our food. I couldn't even make eye contact with her. And neither of us laughed, and nothing happened. Rob, did you laugh?
I didn't laugh in this one. Sat Girl laughed, though.
What did she laugh at?
She laughed at when Kurt said, I don't remember you, and then Sheldon replies with, but I remember you.
So we should probably recap the episode first.
Yeah. Yeah, to give that joke context, it won't change it.
Bit of context. All right, so we just watched season 2, episode 14, the financial permeability. In this episode, it turns out that Penny's got no money. She borrows some money from Sheldon. The reason she has no money is she lent about $2,000 to her ex-boyfriend Kurt, who we saw in episode 1, season 1 of The Big Bang Theory. And she gave him some money to pay off a fine for weighing on a cop's car.
And that's pretty much it. Sheldon gives her money, and then she gets really weird instantly.
But Sheldon doesn't get weird. He's totally fine. He just assumes
Yes.
he'll get it back one day because he doesn't need the money because you know how his brain is. I'm going to put this down as probably the worst episode so far for me.
What? Why? Well, it was a nothing episode.
Oh, I love it. I love the flip all of a
It was
sudden.
miserable. I was very miserable. I mean, I was hungover on New Year's Day, but it was I was very cringy during this whole thing. I just didn't get into it at all.
I watched it in the bar with Pete, and it was a pretty dull affair. And then after watching it in the bar with Pete, I followed Pete to his work, and as we were driving through the car park of his work, there was a giant written on the floor, I think to inspire people who work there. There was a giant "why" written on the ground.
With a question
And I really
mark.
had to kind of take stock of my life and go, why? Why am I doing this?
This piece of contemporary art is really speaking to me.
Exactly. I drove 40 Ks for this. So the only notes, when I rewatched it today, and the only notes I came up with, I got pretty far into the episode with nothing. The only things I had was a glasses man, like, is wearing a shirt with a recycling logo on it. with
Yeah,
no
did
explanation.
you look into that? Is there any like geek reference or anything to the
No,
fashion
there's nothing.
choices?
He likes
It's a recycling
recycling.
symbol.
Recycling is geeky. Al Gore, maybe, I don't know. Just a green shirt with a recycling logo on it. I don't. He's human garbage. Maybe that's what it might mean, but I don't know.
Similar to his, like, if you remember in season 1 where you noted that he had like a swastika design. He's now saying that it's season 2, so the writers are just recycling all the same old fucking jokes.
How is that related to the Nazi thing?
It's his little protest.
It was a full recycle episode, really. Like, the check engine light joke came back. There was the return of Kurt. They very, very heavily emphasized the lack of social awareness of Sheldon with this one. He was also a shit friend at the start. They wanted to go to see a movie, but he was making it difficult for them. So, in the end, they left without him. But, yeah, it was a very recycled episode, and I think that shirt probably was there as a little hint to remind us that they'd run out of ideas.
Yeah. Well, I've got I guess we'll classify it as a nitpick. I went online just to figure out if I wasn't the only one that saw this. But Howard makes the sign of the cross, so, you know, like the in the name of the Father, etc., as they're walking up to Penny's ex-boyfriend's apartment. Because,
Yes.
you know, Kurt's big and tough, and he's like, oh, you know, in case we die kind of thing. But Howard's Jewish, and the sign of the cross isn't a Jewish thing. So... I did a tiny bit of research because it was only just occurred to me like 20 minutes ago when I watched the episode again, that had actually happened. I don't know, you know, I'm showing how ignorant I am, but like, do you guys know much about the Jewish faith and the sign of the cross?
Most of my Jewish knowledge stems around from the time of 1939 to 1945. And then anything past that, it's about comedy.
It's a bit foggy.
So no.
Sweet, all right, we'll move on.
Well, was that your nitpick?
Yeah, I think that's it. If it's an observation, Pete's observation.
Pete's observation. Okay, so I've got a new segment.
What's your new segment, Vorn?
I've got a theme song for it. Pete, come on down. Robert, come on down. Welcome to The Price is Right. In this episode, Penny runs out of money. She's completely broke, and she gets her electricity cut off. They have a scene in her apartment where she is surrounded by candles. Quite a few candles. There's candles everywhere. What I've done is I've gone onto dusk.com.au, a candle shop, and matched every candle she had in her apartment, and I found out how much money she spent on candles that she could have maybe used to spend on electricity instead. So,
I had this thought when I was watching it, though. Like, I genuinely had that thought.
I like Vaughn's observations better than mine.
So, there's two things that are going to happen. First, we're going to play a little fun game of The Price is Right to see who can get the closest price, without going over, to how much money she spent on candles based off my findings. This is an AUD, of course. The second thing is going to be an actual competition with actual consequences. So, from the letter we got from Big Bang Theory, here's another segment of it. I would politely request that any further ideas you have for cross-podcast promotions between your show and ours be broached privately first through this channel, the DMs, and otherwise that you leave us the fuck alone! Sorry if my tone is a little harsh and overdramatic. So, what's going to happen here?
So honoring their request.
You guys are going to guess how many candles were in her apartment, because I counted every single candle in there. If either of you get it right, I will have to send them a request to come and apologize on their podcast. If either of you get it wrong, whoever's the worst away, you have to do the same thing. So send a message to go on their podcast and apologize for all the mean things that we've done.
Vorn has very good odds here.
I'll give you within 3.
Oh,
Cool?
Okay.
do you want to go first, Rob?
So, but before we get to that, let's go. The Price is Right. So, what price, Pete, without going over, do you think she spent on candles in Australian dollars?
I have no idea how much a candle costs, especially a candle retailer. how much they'd charge. I'd maybe know the Alibaba price. I'd go. She spent a good $628.
$628. Lock it in. Rob, what price will you choose?
I went with $186, Vaughn.
Okay, so Rob, you obviously haven't ever watched Price is Right because the correct thing to do is just go $1. But the correct answer is $829.94. Pete,
Holy shit!
you
Ding
got
ding
the
ding ding
prize.
ding 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 ding.
So, $829.94 worth
Fucking
of
Christ.
candles. How many candles do you think was in her apartment? Pete, you have first.
Oh.
No, Rob, you have to
Go,
go
Rob.
first because you lost.
48.
48. Pete, how many candles were in her apartment?
I'm going.
Remember,
with-
if you get within 3, I have to ask to come on their podcast and apologize to them sincerely.
I'm going with 22.
22. So we had 48 or 22. The correct answer for the amount of visible candles in Penny's apartment is 39. Rob wins.
Ooh, well
Pete,
done, Rob.
you have to make a request, send a private message to the Big Bang Theory asking to come on their podcast and apologize on behalf of all of us for all of our sins.
So what do I get for getting the dollar value closest to that?
That was just for fun.
Practice round.
Like I said, oh shit, I don't know anything about candles. That's my New Year's resolution. I'm gonna fucking study the shit out of candles just so next time you're not gonna get me as easy as that, boys.
I was so close to guessing 35, and I was like, that can't equate to $800 in candles. But I guess dusk
Candles
is
are
expensive.
fucking expensive.
Yeah,
But they're
that's why
not
that's why
here.
I was lowballing
So-
the 22.
You guys got any more seggies?
Not today, no.
Well, I really, really hope you created a new theme song for my new segment, Vorn versus the DVD Jacket.
Hey.
Oh shit, I didn't.
No, oh shit, I did. Here it comes.
Fuck.
I forgot about the DVD jacket.
Play that
It's been so
track.
long.
Play that track.
I'll give you a new one to put in, which you just
Yeah.
won't. Just pretend to laugh. On 3,
Okay.
2, 1, we all laugh, okay? And say that was a good one. All right. 3, 2, 1.
It's time for Vornverse, the DVD jacket.
If you laugh at this, you're racist.
Rob! I can't believe. Fuck.
I'm fucking speechless.
Really?
Can you upload that on Spotify? I want to hear that like every day. Oh man, I feel alive. Have you ever I haven't felt goosebumps like that since I heard You're the Voice by John Farnham for the first time.
I can't believe you spoke about the Big Bang Theory's dead mother's vaginas, but that's the way you want to go with it.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit far when you said yeah.
But I like that Pete wants to hear that every morning as well.
All right.
So Pete, do you want to tell us how this segment's changed for 2019?
I thought we'd change it up. It's a new year, new us. I want you, Vorn, to actually get it right. So I decided to give Vorn the number of words that appear in the description on the official box set. So I think I ended up also giving you a couple of hints.
So you gave me, I think it's 14 words.
Yes.
First word is pennies, and the 12th word is ex-boyfriend, and a comma. You gave me a comma as well. Thanks for
Okay,
that.
gave you a comma. Yeah, there you go.
Knowing how many words,
You had the word count?
it actually is pretty helpful, because I think I'm going to smash this week.
All right, let's do
So,
it.
Penny's poor decisions have left her broke as fuck. Will her ex-boyfriend buy sex?
You're pretty close. You got Penny's and ex-boyfriend right, which was great. The real one was Penny's financial problems stem from a loan that Kurt, comma, her loser ex-boyfriend never repaid.
Why would you want to watch that?
Exciting, riveting stuff.
And the hits just keep coming with this series. To be honest, if I was Big Bang Theory, I would have taken this as an out. Like, watching this show is not fun. Why are they punishing themselves? Why are we punishing ourselves? Anyone?
Why? Yeah, we're searching, we're scrambling for an answer. I'm doing my usual thing where I'm just looking around my room for something to read out.
We're doing this as an excuse to hang out. We could just hang out every week, but we wouldn't. I don't know why we wouldn't. Why the Big Bang Theory brings us together, but it does. So thank you, Chuck Law, who, may I add, won a Golden Globe last night.
What did he win it for?
Oh, fuck
The
off.
Kaminsky Method. And it's his first
Yeah.
Golden Globe.
Okay, so this was that one show that Death Ray was watching. I think it's on Netflix. And I was like laughing along to it. And then she's
He
like,
wrote all the episodes.
yeah, and she's like, oh, your old mate did this one. And then Chuck Lorre's name came up in the end credits. And I felt conflicted. It was weird. But
Yeah,
I recommend checking it out.
Yeah.
There you go. It's nothing funny about it. Just
No,
that
factual.
statement. Yeah, just check. Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael Douglas.
Yeah, Michael Douglas won Best Actor for it last night as well.
Yeah. Danny DeVito's in it as well, which is he's a good egg.
And so, thanks for joining us on Movie News Wednesdays. For more hot goss from the red carpet, join us next week on the Bazinga Boys.
Can I ask us? Can I ask a question to you all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are we calling off the death threats? Are we calling off the pact that we're gonna try and execute?
Oh,
them?
no. We're still going to kill him.
Oh, cool. Okay, good. Shit. New year, new me. I've been Pete.
Actually,
No, Vorn, we're calling it all off. Everything is off.
Rob, I listened to one of their recent episodes. They live in LA now, so you're closer.
They moved to LA for Big Bang Theory.
No. They moved to LA because they were scared of the anthrax I was sending their house. Bye, everyone.
Oh man.
All right. I think there's going to be some notes on this edit. All right.
Oh,
Bye.
fuck off, Rob. You pussy.
Joking aside, we are very sorry if we have upset anyone. We are not here to harm people. We are only here to make you laugh and to come on bobbleheads. We will leave the Big Bang Theory alone. However, all we were doing was looking for some fun, and we were hoping you would join us. That's okay, you have your own adventures, and podcasts to make people laugh. Thanks for entertaining us the 2 times you did mention us on your show. We will cherish them. Now go away!
What's the Vorn sum up?
What?
Vorn's.
Oh, I was going to do another bit, but I don't think it's funny.
Do it. Let's do it. Let's see if let's roll the die.
This is going to bomb. Please don't
Let's do
bully
it.
me if this doesn't go funnily. So I got a new bit.
What's the new bit, Vorn?
It's called Vorn's Sum Up. Because in high school, not bragging, but I did TE math. Even though I wasn't doing TE, I was doing... TE was like, hey, you got to do exams at the end of the year.
You were flexing. You were just like, I'm gonna go to university. Not.
Yeah, I did some dumb stuff in high school as well. Like, I snuck into a 4-hour geography exam, and I wasn't even taking the class, just to see if I could get in. And then I was stuck there for 4 hours. Like, this is fucking...
The 10 minutes of reading time was hilarious to you. You're like, I'm actually getting away with it. They've given me the paper.
Kids were giggling, like, oh my god, he's doing it. And then the amount of praise I got at the first 30 seconds was not worth the 4 hours of sitting looking at a piece of paper where I knew nothing of what was going on.
Why didn't you just go to the bathroom and then leave?
Yeah.
See, this is why I didn't do TE, because I didn't have the problem-solving skills like that.
It's like, oh no, if I leave, I'll fail.
Yeah. That's a good one. Good one. Rob, you made a good joke.
Thanks for not bullying me.
This is called Vorn's Sum Up. Each week, I'm going to be taking one clip from the episode that I feel sums up my feelings of the episode. This week, it's my feelings on everyone involved with the Big Bang Theory. And here it is.
You guys suck.
Can we listen to that again?
That bombed as hard as I knew it would. Can you see why I was going to leave that out?
Did you just did you sum the whole episode up with that? Is that what?
Yes.
Yeah, good. I like that.
Cool.